I held onto that photo for a long time. My hands shook not from fear, but from anger. In the picture, Emily's eyes looked empty, like she was just surviving, not living. The scar under her eye wasn't just a mark. It was a message. A reminder. Clint wanted to show me she still belonged to him, is to hurt, to hide, to control. But she didn't. Not anymore. That night I locked the barn and drove out past the ridge to Dad's old deer blind in the hills. I stayed there until the sun came up, holding the letter in my fist and the photo of my sister in my coat pocket. The next morning, I made 2 calls. One to Sheriff Dean. One to an old friend I hadn't talked to in years. "Got that badge?" I asked. Carter Bell left our town after high school. He joined the Marines, then the DEA. Last I heard, he was working private security in Texas. We weren't close in school, but he knew how to find people, and he owed me. I pulled him out of a ditch one drunk night. "I've got something better than a badge," he said. "I've got people. But if Clint's mixed up in what I think, this isn't a rescue mission, Jacob. It's a war. Then let's start it." 2 days later, Carter showed up in a black Silverado with Texas plates. He had maps, burner phones, and gear that would get most people arrested. He didn't say much, but I could tell he'd seen awful things in cartel country. We started digging. Clint's uncle, who he'd moved in with after his parents died, had disappeared too. Neighbors said they saw a black SUV at the house the night before the fire. Same kind of SUV seen at Emily's school a week before she vanished. Carter used his contacts and found that Clint was working as a drug courier out of Memphis. Mostly pills, but more recently something darker: girls. Runaways. Debt collections, they called it. Emily wasn't the first. But she could be the last. A week later, Carter found a name: Mari. She used to date Clint before Emily. She disappeared for a year, then resurfaced in Louisville under a new name. She worked at a diner and looked jumpy. We went to see her. The diner was run down, between a pawn shop and a bail bonds office. When we mentioned Clint's name, Mari recognized it right away. She dropped coffee mugs and started crying. She told us everything. Clint sweet-talked her. Isolated her. Moved her from town to town. She escaped one night, took a Greyhound, and never came back. He called it selling favors to rich people who didn't care. He planned to do the same thing with Emily, calling her the jackpot. My stomach turned. Carter walked out and punched the hood of the truck so hard he started bleeding. We were done waiting. That night, I burned the letter. I grabbed Dad's old hunting rifle from the attic and packed a bag. We had a location: Clint's last drop point, a cabin 2 hours south of Knoxville, deep in the Smoky Mountains. Carter wanted to plan more. I said we go now. Because Emily was still alive. And I had already lost one Holloway in this war. I wasn't going to lose another.